These are the plaintiffs, Carolyn Kamara and Martina Baker. They say they bought tickets from the defendant to see the Temptations Revue, and the defendant's guilty of false advertising. They went to the show all right, but the Temps never showed, never performed, and they want their money back now. They're suing for $2,600, the money they are due. This is the defendant, David Wilkes. He says he thinks the plaintiffs drank a bit too much on the night of the concert and don't quite remember things correctly. The Temptations were in fact there and did perform. And these women can take him to court all they want because they're simply not right. He's accused of tempting an audience. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for belittling and disgracing him in front of an audience.
Seat it and come to order, please. I can tell you don't have your heels on when you moved up those steps. Litigants have been sworn.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Kamara and Baker, you are suing David Wilkes, doing business as Wilkes Productions, for $2,600, 100 of it, the cost of 2 tickets that you bought to a function of his, and $2,500 in punitive damages. You are counterclaiming against him $5,000 for embarrassment and disgrace in front of patrons and belittling. Okay, let's hear it.
Your Honor, I saw an advertisement to see Dennis Edwards and the Temptations Revue. I called the defendant, and we originally commissioned for 2 tickets at $50 each.
Okay, and
For
this
will
was
call.
to see who?
Dennis Edwards and the Temptations.
He was one of the original Temptations?
Revue.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How many of the Temptations were going to be there? Just him? And the Revue?
Yes, he was the original, and he hired other singers to be Temptation Revue.
Okay, got it. So go ahead.
When we got to the facility, we went in and
we were there at 7 o'clock.
Okay,
It
and what time were you?
started at 8.
It was supposed to start at what time?
8 o'clock.
Okay.
And we went in and we sat and we ordered a drink. And about
Did your ticket include drinks? Or you
No,
paid for that
that was
separate?
extra. That was extra. And about 8:30, we had food, and it was.
Did your ticket include food, or
the ticket included food
Okay.
and the show, and the food was not that good.
She's crazy.
And
Okay, wait, excuse me, sir. It'll be your turn when it is your turn. You don't get to yell out, "She's crazy," while she's testifying.
no, go ahead. The food was not that good. And then we sat and we stayed there until 11 o'clock, and we saw Dennis Edwards come in. And we just sat for 4 hours, and we
Okay, well,
saw
one
other
of those hours
shows.
on you, because the show starts at 8. So, but
The show starts at 8.
What were you doing from 8 to 11?
They had non-descriptive acts, which was
What's
one
non-descriptive acts?
Well, one of them, they're people who are unknown. One
Okay.
of them was his daughter, he said, and then they had a comedian who was extremely graphic and pornographic, and he had a poet. And those acts came on. The comedian was on for at least about an hour.
Yes.
His daughter was on for about an hour and a half, and the poet was also on for
What
about
time did you think you were going to see The Temptation?
Carol told me, and she also has a copy of it. It was 2 shows.
Let me see. Okay, now what I have here that you've submitted to the court is a printout of the advertisement for this event, which says general admission early show 8 p.m. and general admission late show 11 p.m. Okay. So now you're waiting, and there is no 8 p.m. show.
No.
And then what happens?
At 11 o'clock, I went to Mr. Wilkes and I said, we've been here, the Temptations are not coming on. We had the meal. Can you just give us $40 each? He said, no, the meal costs $25. I said, well, give us $25 each. And then he sent me to his wife, and they both said, we're not giving you anything. So I said, well, we're calling the police. The officer was very nice. He came, he took the information, and then we left.
Okay, so what time did you leave?
I think it was
After 11.
Did you ever see, what was the name of the fellow? Dennis what?
Dennis Edwards.
No.
Edwards, I'm sorry. Did you ever see him?
He sent the hostess out, and when the hostess came out, she had said to us, he's getting ready to come on now.
So why didn't you just go back in and see him? Or at that point, you're just tired?
Right, because we thought it was 2 shows. You
Right.
saw right there. So we weren't going to stay that long. I had a doctor's appointment the next day, so
Yeah.
I did not even prepare to stay that long. And he had stated about the food. The food was not at all up to par. He had boiled chicken. So, no, the food was not up to par whatsoever.
Okay. All right, let me hear from you.
First of all, whenever you have a show and you say it's 8 o'clock, it rarely starts at 8 because the people had to eat and sit down and get comfortable first. So they did eat. And the food was so horrible that those ladies ate twice.
Okay.
No, we did not. She said, tell the truth.
Okay, go on.
Tell the truth, okay?
Maybe there wasn't a lot of meat on that chicken's bones, and they had to go back for a second helping. I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I
Not
just
that
wanted to
garbage.
point out that everything they're saying is kind of fabricated.
Okay, but talk to me about okay, go ahead.
Okay. The main thing is they're saying the Temptations weren't there.
Okay.
I have videotape evidence that the Temptations were there.
I got to see that. Let's see it.
Can I tell you what you'll see?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, what you'll see is, of course, they said that my daughter was on the show. My daughter is a great singer, probably the best in Philadelphia.
That was just a free plug for your daughter. She's good. You're right.
Why not? Why not?
What time did this go on?
It went on between 10:30 and 10:45.
They were complaining to you at 11, so it didn't go on between 10:30 and 10:45, right?
Yes, it did.
So when were they complaining to you?
They were complaining to me right after my daughter went off, and they were saying that the Temptations weren't there. And I said, yes, ma'am, they are here. She says, well, where are they? I don't see them. I said, they're in the dressing room, and they're getting ready to come out in about 2 minutes. And she said to me, well, I don't care if they're here or not now. At this point, I want my money back. So you keep $10 for the food and give me $40 each back. And I said, well, I can't do that, miss.
All right, now, the gentlemen who are with you, are they just moral support?
No, they're witnesses.
Okay, who's the fellow who came in shorts to see me? Who's that?
That's Willie Torres. He's the club owner.
Come on up, Willie. All right, what happened? Were you there that night?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so what time did the Temptations come on?
About 10:45.
Okay, go ahead and step back. Now, what's the other gentleman going to testify to?
Sherman Blair, he was the stage manager that
Come
night.
on up. Do you know what time the Temptations came on?
Yes, I clocked him about 10:25, 10:30.
He says it was 10:45. Were there
My
supposed
thing
to
was
be
the
2
timing.
shows and then there ended up being only 1?
There would have been 2 shows if everybody would have stayed until after 11, but once they saw the show, people started leaving. So we didn't have to put on the
okay,
second show.
I agree with you that when you buy a concert ticket for 8, you don't expect the main act to come out at 8. But do you expect the main act to come on at 8:30, 8:45, 9, 9:15, 9:30, 9:45, 10, 10:15? I mean, is it reasonable to presume that someone who is into the Temptations, because my kids have no idea who we're talking about, right? My kids who stay up past a certain time do not know who we're talking about. We're talking about people who are interested in the Temptations, okay? So is it reasonable to expect them to have to wait until they come up? I might have waited.
Well,
if I was there already and I had 3 hours invested, I might have waited. But when they say, we're not doing that, we got to wake up early.
No,
Okay,
we're not-
when they say that, is it wrong for for them
It's
to
only-
demand their money back?
It's only wrong because they saw what was on the advertisement. There was more than just the Temptations on there. So
I agree.
everybody who came there, they knew they was going to see more than
The
just the
Temptations show up a little late.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, is it reasonable for the plaintiffs to have to wait 2 hours and 45 minutes before the Temps come on?
I think that's a little bit long to wait.
Should they get their money back?
No,
Why?
because if they were told, the only place if they were told they were still going to be on, they shouldn't get their money back.
Do they get their money back?
No.
Okay, real quick. Name a Temptation song.
What's the
Oh, God. Name a Temptation song. You're making me feel so old. Come on. Name a Temptation song. Oh, come on.
Sugar Pie Honey Bunch?
No, that's the Four Tops. Name a Temptation song.
Do you?
My Girl.
Too young.
You heard My Girl? God. Going inside the courtroom.
Did they show up a little late?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say a little late.
You'd
They
say a lot
wasn't
late?
there at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
They
But
wasn't
were-
going on at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay. Now, let me ask you this. You have a counterclaim against them for $5,000. Why is that?
That is because defamation of character. She yelled and screamed and cursed in front of the patrons, and I did have people coming up to me saying, you normally have respectful people in your shows, and that your shows are normally very classy. Now, these people who told my people that they were a bunch of and they were real ghetto, well, they were acting that way.
Okay, hold on one second. Did you hear them say that?
Yes.
They said that to you?
Yes.
Or they said that to your people?
They said it to both.
Okay, what did they say to you? Because what they said to your people would be hearsay unless your people are here to testify about it. So what would they...
Well, I do have letters where they
Okay.
wrote, and I
Let
have...
me see the letters, but what did they say to you also? Tell me.
Okay, they think that my show is not appropriate and that they want their money back and they're going to take me to the people's court and you
Wait,
don't-
seriously? They said that at the site?
Yes, they did.
Do you ladies told them we're going to take you to the people's
I
court?
never talked to him,
Yes,
period.
ma'am.
So,
She's
Did
never-
you
she's
tell them?
right. She never talked. It was
Hold
her.
on. Roll back.
No, Your Honor, I did tell him that I was going to write a letter about this incident. I did say that, but I would never call anybody or use
Thank you. We're
profanity because we're both educated
Christian
women.
And they're educated. I agree with them. They are educated, but
We
they
would
was
never-
drunk.
I don't even use
See,
profanity.
see, drunk people.
Let me see the submissions by the people who work for you. You said you
I
had
have
some
a
affidavits. Go
couple of
ahead.
letters, and I also have a couple of sworn documents, and also they said that I had them talk to my wife. First of all, Your Honor, I don't even have a wife.
Okay.
And secondly, the lady they was talking to, I told her, don't listen to them, they're drunk.
Okay. Here's how I feel about this, okay? I feel that you have to return their $50. I don't think it's reasonable for them to expect that the Temptations will be on at 8, but I also don't think it's reasonable for them to have to wait until 10:45 to see a Temptation. It's obvious that what happened was that you decided on one performance instead of 2, so you negotiated something with them, and that's fine, but there's a cost to doing business like that, and when there's 1 or 2 or 3 patrons who don't want to wait, those people really deserve to get their money back, whether they ate or didn't eat, because at the end of the day, they wouldn't have bought a $25 chicken from you. How it is that you figure that he has to pay you $2,500 in punitive damages over that is a little beyond me, because it's really, it's a contractor saying that they violated the contract, they breached it, and so they owe you back your damages in the contract, and it's not a punitive contract situation. This is stuff that happens in promotions sometimes, and you know, if they had done it that night, I certainly don't think you would have filed a lawsuit for $2,500. You're just angry at this point. Now, you've got a counterclaim against them for $5,000 for what you describe as embarrassment, disgrace in front of patrons, and belittling. They deny that the language was the way you say it was. In the statements that you've provided, they just say profanities. I mean, I don't know that that rises to the level of a $5,000. Not that I don't know. That doesn't rise to the level of a $5,000 payment to you for embarrassment and disgrace in front of patrons. It's a free country. People can say what they want. They can be as vulgar as they want, if in fact they were vulgar. You would have to show that somehow it ended up besmirching your reputation. Not just you didn't like it, but that it cost you ticket sales or something like that. And it sounds like nobody was listening to them. Everybody was inside finally hearing the Temptations. So on your counterclaim against them, 0. On their claim against you, $100. Verdict for the plaintiffs.
Thank you.
All right, so coming out of here, the defendant's coming into the hallway here with what reaction to this outcome?
Well, I didn't really like it. I like the judge, so I don't mind. But but I didn't like it because those ladies didn't deserve any money back. If you go to see a movie and you leave halfway through the movie, you don't get any money back. It's the same
No, but the
thing.
movie starts on time.
So did the show.
But the Temptations are that was the show for those young ladies.
For those young ladies.
For them.
It may have been the show for some other people in there too, but they didn't demand any money back because they enjoyed it. I gave them a great show.
It was. The Temps were great.
Everybody was great.
500 people.
The Destiny Marie is the best thing in Philadelphia.
She is great. Okay, head right around the corner right there. All right, good luck with everything. All right, so come on. There was quite a lot of besmirching going on in there, in that courtroom.
Yes, it's unfortunate that he lied, but you know, there's a higher court also. His daughter, to me, I didn't go there to see her. To me, she was not good. The profanity that was used, he got mixed up with his entertainment that he had, which I actually went to sleep.
You didn't like
filthy.
that?
No, and the food was horrible. Boiled chicken. We went back twice. No, I don't eat garbage, and that club was garbage also.
Were you ladies
I
drunk?
told her, no. Drunk?
No.
No, I'm under doctor's care, so no, under medication.
And I had one drink.
Okay. Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, you know what? The judge does what's reasonable here, and frankly, Judge felt it wasn't reasonable to have to wait almost 3 hours to get what you bargained for. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.